My stepdaughters called me mom for years until their bio mom showed up and they told me I'm not their real mom and I'm a bad stepmom. So when she left and they tried calling me mom again, I told them I don't view them as my kids anymore. Posted by you/hot dragonfly 8813. To start this off, this is a throwaway as I don't want this connected to my main account. I'm 36F, and my husband is 42M and has two daughters who are 16 and 13. My husband and I have been together for 8 years. For some context, the girls have a mom who's just not active in their life. She comes around once a year or every other year and stays for 2 to 3 months and then leaves. The problem is when she comes in town, the girls change. For example, after me and their dad got married, they started calling me mom as they felt I was their mom, but when their mom came back, they would stop and call her mom and push me to the side. I understood why they did that then as they were young and confused and were trying to please her. We put them in therapy, and their therapist had them apologize, and they tried to explain it. The next 2 times it happened, she told me to try and have a talk with them. Their mom decided not to come for the next 2 years, and it was a really peaceful 2 years. The kids were good, enjoying school, their new brother, and were just happy. This year, their mom decided to come. She came in August and stayed until about a week ago. This time when she came, the girls changed completely. It started with not calling me mom, to saying disrespectful things to me and their dad, to them telling their brother they didn't like him and that he wasn't their real brother, and some other stuff, but the main thing they said that really hurt was I wasn't their mom and that I would never be and that I'm a bad stepmom and their mom is their only mom. So last week when their mom left, they slowly tried to crawl back and tried to start calling me mom again, and I told them I didn't want them to call me that anymore. They looked shocked when I said that and asked why. I told them that they told me multiple times that I'm not their mom and that I'm a bad stepmom and that their mom is only their mom, so I said I no longer view you as my kids. They looked hurt and went to tell their dad what was said, and he said it's between us. Their therapist thinks I was harsh, but I don't, as they are old enough to realize what's wrong to say and what's right. So am I the jerk? Note, I also want to put I don't blame the younger one as much as I blame the older one as she should know better, and I understand things with parents are hard. But I was younger than her when I cut my father off, and he was similar to how their mom is. The rose-colored glasses should be faded or fading by now as she's old enough to understand. Relevant comments. Downvoted commenter, info, when their mother is around and they treat you like this, where is their father in that and what are you both saying while they're doing that behavior? It reads as if this is the first time you've ever laid out the inevitable consequence of being treated like this and you're enforcing it straight up, which is a jerk move. But the response of your husband that this is between you is a complete abdication of his responsibility here. Like ESH, but I'm leaning towards the hierarchy of jerks as 1, your husband, 2, you, 3, the 16-year-old, and the 13-year-old is just following what her mother and sister want. But congratulations, you've proved the X right. I guess she alienates them from you by telling them that you're not there for them unconditionally, and well, that's true. Op's response, when they're doing that behavior, he will punish them, take their stuff away. This is not the first time I've made consequences for them doing this stuff. Just last time it was less extreme as what they said then was less extreme. Commenter 1, it sounds like their mom is in their ear telling them stuff, probably lies, about you and their dad. That's what it seems like is happening every time their mom shows up. They probably miss her and want her validation, so they listen to her. Commenter 2, the biggest thing that stood out to me is that your husband had nothing to say except it's between the 3 of you. What the girls said to you and what you said to them was all very hurtful, and your husband shouldn't be turning a blind eye to this. These words are relationship altering, and he should be intervening to try and keep his family together and work it out. I understand where you're coming from and why you said what you did. I can't say for sure if I would have had the guts to say the words, but it sounds like they maybe needed to be said. Commenter 3, your girls need to understand everyone, even parents, have feelings that can be hurt. My take is you need to navigate this because you're stuck with these mean girls and you are their parent. I wouldn't want them calling me mom either because you don't treat your mom that way, but we all know they are being influenced by bio mom and you need to be the bigger person in this situation. Be the positive influence on them but set those boundaries as to how you will accept being treated. Also, kick your husband in the rear. Commenter 4, they told you repeatedly that you're not their mom. You're just finally believing them. They are absolutely old enough to understand that relationships aren't a switch you can flip on and off whenever their bio mom decides to show up. Your husband is a bit of a jerk here for not backing you up. NTA. Commenter 5, soft Uda, or rather, you're the grown-up. Yes, 13 and 16 is old enough to know better, but teenagers aren't famously good at emotional empathy and they have a lot to cope with. In a way, they are like a toddler saying I hate you. You know that the only response is well, I love you and always will. Their bio mom sounds toxic, unreliable, and like she is demanding their loyalty. They are terrified that she will go away again, maybe for good, if they displease her or do anything wrong. They aren't ready to decide, as an adult might, not to have this person in their lives. They're just blindly terrified of being abandoned again. You are the stable, loving maternal presence in their lives. Prove that, unlike their bio mom, you aren't going to abandon them even at their most unlovable. That doesn't mean put up with insults or bad behavior, but it does mean not punishing them by withdrawing your support. You can calmly explain that they are free not to call you mom, but you will always love them and consider yourself their stepmom. In the years to come, they will feel terrible about this, but don't punish them. Update, 1 week later. I'm back with an update, and before I give the update, I want to start by answering a few of the main questions I saw. I saw a lot of questions that ask why do we allow their mother in their lives. I'm not over that. My husband feels like it's not on him to keep the girls from seeing her. He will ask if they want to, and they say yes. Another question I saw a lot of was why doesn't their dad say anything? He does. He's taken away their things and has tried to have talks with them. They just listen and block him out. The reason why he stayed out is because whenever they don't like something I tell them, they run to him. He has said he'd side with me on this but feels I was too hard on them. The update. A few days after I posted this, my husband and I sat down with the girls, and I told them that I was sorry for what I said and that I worded it wrong. I told them I still view them as my kids. They just aren't allowed to call me mom anymore and have to call me by my name now. I also told them that our relationship is broken, and I didn't break it. I did help a little, but they broke it, and if they wanted it back to how it used to be, they would have to rebuild it. I also told them they had to play with their brother for 3 hours and apologize to him, he's 4. They had a few more punishments, but we did talk to them and try to figure out what she says that influences them so much. We got the answer of I don't know. We told them that they can't be easily manipulated, and especially the 16-year-old with her going to college soon and trying to drive, so we talked about things that could happen with that. We also told them they can't just say what they want to people and expect things to stay the same, especially if it's stuff that hurts people. They apologized for the things they said and how they acted and said they wanted things to go back to normal. I told them that I would forgive them when they did the stuff with their brother first and that if they want things back to normal, then they would have to work for it. From what they said, they don't want to see their mom for a long time. So they will go to their therapist soon and talk to her about this. Edit, I've worded myself very wrong. They have to play with their little brother as an apology to him. He's 4. If they apologize, he's going to say it's okay, then continue to ignore them. So it's not a punishment, more of his apology. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, my husband feels like it's not on him to keep the girls from seeing her, he will ask if they want to and they say yes. Your husband has failed his daughters in protecting them from someone who he knows damages them by continuously building up their hopes and dreams and crashes them time and time again by abandoning them. If he absolutely could not bring himself to not allow their mom in their lives whenever she pleased, he should have been far more vigilant and never allow them to be unsupervised with her. He didn't, and now you're all here. What a mess. I'd maybe cut out the punishment of having to play with their brother. Definitely keep the punishments for speaking down to him, make it clear we do not talk to others like that in this household, but don't make him the object of their resentment. He deserves better than to be utilized as a tool for punishment, even if the objective is to create a better relationship. Encourage it, don't harm it by making it a chore. Op's response, I gave the punishment of playing with their brother because an apology won't mean much to him as he's 4. He will probably forgive them and just keep avoiding them like he's doing, so I feel like playing with him would help rebuild their relationship, and would be a better apology to him. Also, they don't have to play with him for the 3 hours. I would take 30 minutes as long as they try to fix what was broken. Commenter 2, I understand what you are saying. It's not so much as a punishment as an apology. Like when a child hurts someone's feelings and the parent says that was rude, you tell them sorry right now. Only your son is 4, and although I'm sure he knows what sorry means, playing with him will make him feel like everything is okay again with his sisters, and that's all you really want for him is to know and feel loved by his family. Op's response, yes, and also he just accepts anyone's apology no matter what, so playing or doing something he wants will feel more like an apology to him than saying sorry. Commenter 3, Op's husband needs to consider supervised visits with the biological mother for his daughters. Op's response, he is considering it as he doesn't want this to happen again. Commenter 4, taking away the title of mom is a wildly insane punishment. It's so horrible for a child. They'll never forget that. It's not making amends. Op has failed these children. She's trying to get away with it. As a mother myself with a horrible mom I've tried to undo damage from for 20 years, it makes me sick to know what these young girls must be feeling. Telling someone not to call you mom when you're the functional mother figure is disturbing. Op's response, I took it away as I don't need it. I don't need them to be confused on who to call mom when they want to please their bio mom by calling her mom and then trying to use the word mom as a weapon towards me. Again, I know I'm their mom. I don't need a word to tell me that, But I'm not going to let them use the word as a weapon towards me. Commenter 5, they are children, honey. You are weaponizing your power over them because you're insecure. They are abused and confused kids. You need to apologize immediately for this incredible horror you've wrought. You don't get to do that if you want these girls in your life. That's not something you take away as any punishment. It's inviolable. Their biological mother is horrendous. If you are worthy to replace her, be worthy. Otherwise, you are condemning them to suffering. This is like withholding food or toileting as a punishment. We just don't do that. Op's response, it's not a punishment, that's the thing. I can choose what I want to be called the same way they can. They have been calling me by name for weeks by choice when their mom was around. I'd rather them continue, and their mom can have the word mom. Commenter 6, I'm glad you and your spouse were able to reach an agreement to help the girls understand that actions have consequences. I suggest you frame the time they spend with their brother as atonement or a consequence rather than punishment, though. The very last thing your household needs is strife that causes a 4-year-old to think he's somehow at fault for the tension. Teamwork and communication, like that displayed by you and your husband, is the best way to teach and show by example. Kudos.